hakuendeki aliwatu, na nisipofanikisha itaota majani njia ya aliwatu. Tumetoka far away, tumekuja kutafuta hela, nishamwaga jasho yote nataka hela. Tumetoka far away, tumekuja kutafuta hela. Usilete maneno maneno, kimono ba naomba hela yako. Hello, kimono ba nasema bosi nataka changu. Naomba hela yangu. Na kuheshimu bosi nataka changu. Kichwa changu hakiko sawa, nilipe nisepe. Baba mwenye nyumba ananidai, nilipe nisepe. Leo siko sawa, nilipe nisepe. Usitake tushikane matai, nilipe nisepe.
Check out The Fuse every Saturday night with DJ George Greenlee from midnight to 2 a.m. on My Fusion Radio. One world, one voice.
Do you think that's like too much for a guy's head though?
What?
Oh shit!
Like,
what is too much for a guy's head?
When you see this video,
like, is that too much for a guy's head?
I mean, it's a flower.
Come on, it's the
Like is a guy giving a little bit of head?
If it was a star,
March, what is it? St. Patrick's Day.
that's what's supposed to be.
Oh, I see.
I don't know.
I just had a 4-leaf clover.
You know, no. Next time.
Doing with these mics.
Next time.
Like, I feel like all that on a man is
Oh,
not.
no, it's just
I think it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think it's a lot. You got this big ass fly on the back of your head. Like, I can't.
Should we move over
And
to
the
getting
big
like
scrunchie.
patty corners?
Cute, right, it's cute, but I can't do it.
Shift over. There we go.
I'm gonna get you come up a little bit.
Look at my dumb ass.
Yeah.
Where my shift is?
You wanna switch that microphone? You got a little vodka in there. It's all good. You don't got me,
I stopped that a long time ago.
Hey, you got a lot of me.
Now listen, are you on a diet?
You ain't got a lot of kick.
Am I currently?
Yes.
No, but I
Okay,
was.
good. Okay, good, because I brought Chick-fil-A, and you know, because some people, last time it was like a dietary thing, and I was like, I felt bad.
I'm so sorry. She got me this.
No.
She said
cool.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay,
no.
you know, Chick-fil-A.
I just want you to get comfortable.
Okay, thank you.
Right here, sorry.
We need a shift?
Ugh.
No, you good.
Okay. I'm more
Everybody
closer to
got a
Johnny.
So am I gonna like speak into the mic over here like this? Yeah,
See, she can hear. I can't hear.
You just tell me what you want me to do.
Let's swap headphones too.
Y'all good for
Like
it,
you about to
man?
fall.
Huh?
That like you about to
Yeah. No, I just
Yeah.
the camera over. So.
Cause I'm
Come
looking
this
at
way?
because it's another one right there.
You okay?
See?
Appreciate it.
What's up?
Headphones.
Okay, so she's gonna get yours and you're gonna grab those. Her. Here you go. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, don't make them sound.
We're gonna pat a cornering.
Yeah, ain't them songs cold.
Hey, cuz.
Did you slide over? Cause you want some.
I did. You want me to go back?
Yeah, just slide over the pencil so y'all know look like the tag. Yep.
Is this microphone?
What you doing? Yeah, you.
I'm in thought land right now.
I'm in thought.
Check.
When I say
I
thought,
see it.
alright guys, 'cause I know y'all be
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2.
What?
Is the edges swooping on the camera? They swooping?
Is they swooping?
Is the edges swooping?
Make sure they was
She
swooping
wanna
on that.
know is the edges swooping. Y'all edges. Hey, one thing that I'm tired of is the baby hairs around the perimeter.
You know, it's a thing. It's a topic.
Just tired of it.
Some.
I got my hair done today, and I
lot.
was like, please, why did y'all leave my edges out? I wanted them pulled off this time.
I be having time like not too much.
Not too much.
Cause I can't
only
when I feel like it.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
a lot.
Edges
Y'all
are
gotta
essential.
help me out. So like, how do y'all have this conversation when y'all go there? Do y'all be like,
That-
little bit, baby?
Now, yeah, no, I
13?
tell them like, hey, so I just need just this little bit right here. Don't pull out too much hair, okay? Just give me a little bit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Because
You
they
get a
will
mirror and
leave the
everything.
whole row.
They will.
Corner.
They
But
will.
like
they
right
could've
now,
put back.
I didn't want them to leave any of mine out because
Yeah.
this guy said to me at work the other day, like, "Oh yeah, I know you a little older," and he called me ma'am, and I was like, "What you mean? How you know that? Who told you that?" He was like, "Well, when your edge is not done, I can tell."
You got age profiles.
No way.
It was age profiles.
Buddy gotta go.
That was
Buddy gotta be out of
He
here.
gotta go.
I mean, can you at least fix
What
your
y'all
glasses
got
before
them
you
hands
fix your
like,
mouth to say something like that?
You know what? We get too comfortable
The
criticizing
disrespect.
women looks. You feel what I'm saying? Some of y'all women do deserve to be criticized, but we got to do it the right way.
The right way.
And like, I like your forehead too. I just want to say that. I feel like that's a nice.
That's a compliment.
That really is a compliment. I hate my forehead.
Did we
I
have
don't
this?
like my forehead for one reason.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
Why?
What is it?
That vein, y'all don't see that vein?
No,
No.
it
I
only.
like
I
the
think
vein.
it. I
It
think
must
it
be
pops out certain times.
situations.
When needed.
Yeah, do.
We've
They be
seen
like,
it.
oh, there go that vein.
You know,
See
like
that vein.
it might be something a little
Johnny
different.
on one a day.
Now, I'm telling you, look, that vein come out. Then her voice get extra raspy. You like, oh shit. What she about to say? Ain't that wrong with Cody? Got a vein too. It
I
look like
do.
when she get.
Don't do
Is
that.
it when you get angry, Cody? Is it when you're angry?
It's only when certain situations
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
His
Okay.
was dope because like Cody was also we also had a show together, My Dysfunctional Family on New Radio. So it's funny because everyone gets angry during the podcast, but to see you guys get angry in your own way is funny because from far I have to be like, yeah, she pissed.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's funny seeing all y'all get angry. Have y'all feel like at this point y'all have mastered the way to not show? Because you're gonna get angry.
Absolutely not.
Oh, you have not.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's just showing.
Absolutely not.
No?
No, because
Okay.
I think that it's okay to feel emotions. Like people need to see it.
Yes,
Why would
absolutely.
you hide it?
Oh Lord.
Well, you know what? I may be wrong because I might show it, but I don't think I am.
You know, we
So, yeah.
as women, right?
You
we have,
show it.
It's
and
a
every
such
way.
thing as a what is it? A RBF?
Yeah.
RBF, resting B word face.
I hate
right?
that y'all like
It's a
normalize
thing.
stupid
I'm
shit.
gonna have a.
It's not stupid.
It's stupid.
It's kind of the
Come
truth.
on
It's
now.
gotta
have
have
a
a
BF.
It's stupid
I
because
mean,
y'all.
that's
What's really
protection,
wrong?
you know.
Huh?
That's
What's really
protection.
wrong?
Oh, so that's protection.
At the end of the day, it is. Because sometimes when you have it, they just know not to bring no BS past you. or to
Okay.
you.
Oh, I get it.
I mean, or
Like
look,
you-
you
like you
gotta
got the
approach
buffer.
me the right way.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah,
come
yeah.
over here with that crap.
Yeah. I think Dave Chappelle said you gotta be a lion just to be the lamb you really are. So I fuck with that.
Come on.
Sometimes you gotta back them off.
like
You gotta back them off. You gotta back them off a little bit, a little wall. Anyway,
like
man,
that.
you have just entered in the Mortal Portal with the title Millennials. This is Diverse Universe, and we doing what we always do, man. Questioning anything, talking about everything. Goddamn, Allen's in the building. Shot by Allen's in the building. What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to my guy keeping everything smooth. Kid Money's in the building. Kid Money, are you in the building?
Before it started, Alan said if he shout me out, make sure he don't curse.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Her. Shot by Allen's in the building.
Y'all know he on
Um,
his tippy toes.
Don't
Yeah.
Adam look like he's supposed to have his own like introduction song?
Yeah, definitely.
He don't like my introduction song for him.
What is the introduction song?
I'm a classic man.
It just seems so sad when you say it.
Man. He don't like it. It's the
That is
so
you.
And then somebody
no
said,
way.
then like somebody's
It's cool.
song "Living Single." What was that?
Whose song was that?
No, somebody
Just
around
now?
you. Just now, somebody was like "Living Single." I was like, "What?"
I said studio.
Oh, jingle!
That okay.
All black women can really sing.
Listen,
funny.
Let's just put it out there. All black women can really sing. Which one of y'all can't sing? You see how I asked the question?
I can't sing. I don't think I can sing.
You can hold a note. I know you hold it.
You
too.
look
probably
like
can hold
I'm
it
just
too.
very
Stop.
shy.
She can sing.
All right, relax. Who can sing?
She can sing.
Johnny can sing.
All right
Come on
now.
Cody can
That's why
sing.
she over there quiet.
She ain't say nothing.
Yeah, Cody don't say
Cody
nothing
can
when you talk about
I
singing.
put my little one to it.
Wow.
Y'all ain't even hear.
Johnny don't say nothing when they talking about singing. Look,
Why you gotta
Johnny
call
ain't
us
said
out?
nothing.
We just enjoy it, right? You enjoy it.
Johnny said, "Oh, so y'all going to do some singing? Okay, well I come see how it go."
See how I do?
Anyway, man, we love you, women, man. This is International Women's Month. Is it international?
It's national.
National.
Women's
That's a
Month.
difference. Got
Yeah,
you. Intercontinental, national. So it's only right that we do this annually, well, monthly. FB3. I'm going to turn this over to let you guys know what that means. Big Flex, what's going on?
Y'all, we are back in this thing one more time for Female Bosses 3, y'all. I am so excited.
Yes.
We made it.
Oh, God.
We are here, okay? But real quick, before we even transition into that, I did want to plug the fellas in because y'all did your thing last time. You know what I mean? And I'm going to plug y'all in a few conversations today. So I'm going to shout y'all out. Don't think we left y'all out this time.
That was a way to say shut the hell up.
But it is the Female Bosses in the building. And we have one of the loveliest bosses I have met. I had the opportunity to meet her at our last battle rap. If you don't know, we will be having another one dropping soon, so be on the lookout because pretty girls do love battle rap. But before we get there, I would love for you to introduce yourself, Queen. Go ahead and tell the people who you are, what it is that you do, and please, thank you for coming.
Yes. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Whitney Code in the building.
Gang.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Cool.
I am a hyphenated woman, okay?
Hyphens.
I'm an artist overall, but
What is hyphenated?
Go
so
ahead,
it
elaborate,
continues
Queen.
to go. It goes with the flow.
Ooh,
I'm
it's just
this
like a
one
hyphen
thing.
and a
I
hyphen
like that.
and a hyphen.
We added on, okay? We
Okay.
grow. Continue.
Where'd that come from? I ain't heard that. I just want to make sure I always just be giving credit.
Gotta plug
I'm
in
like,
real
Cody just
quick.
made somebody. Like, nigga, that's a
Give
thing.
it to me.
That's-
Give it to me.
Just for right now, that is yours.
Okay, well, I'll take it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just hard.
We're not today first.
Continue though.
But yes,
I'm a hyphenated
I have
person.
many talents, but you may have seen my movies or some of my skits and acting as well. Yeah.
I knew she looked familiar.
Y'all have seen this queen on the internet. She has graced plenty of screens, plenty of stages. So again, we thank you so much for coming. But without further ado, I gotta shout out my co-host in the building because the ladies are here and we have taken over. So really quickly to my right, I have the Johnny. What's going on, Queen?
What up? What up?
Yeah.
Did she throw gang signs up?
We turned up in here.
She gave the vibe.
Oh, you banging on pod?
We FB gang.
You banging on pod?
We FB gang.
You what?
We FB gang.
Man, you better go to sleep.
Period. Let them know. Female boss.
He mad. FB gang.
We getting shirts made and it will be patent, okay?
Speaking of shirts.
Misha said. What's up, Misha? What's the shirts? What's up? And
We
pause.
I
Hold
don't know
on,
how
because
long
you
we
need
been here
an
and
intro.
have not gotten a shirt yet.
You
a
know.
logo, a hat, a bib,
Ooh,
a
not a
fan,
bib.
Girl, I've been waiting on this for
a
about
sock, a shoe, a nothing.
We gonna have to work on
That's my
that.
fault.
I can't even get a
Diverse
pen.
Universe attire coming soon. We're gonna have to drop that too. You already know. But really quickly, to my left, you already know she has already made her statement thus far. It is DJ Miche. What's going on,
How
Queen?
y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's your pretty girl, Miche. Flex brought us Chick-fil-A today.
Shout out to Flex.
I try to
Miche
feed
so
my
greedy.
people, y'all. I really do. I try to make sure that we eat good.
I'm
So when
happy.
you come on this show, please know that you will be eating good, okay?
Yeah, 'cause
or
I'm gonna
at
get a
least
nugget.
Because I've been moving.
per
too,
the
so
budget
I
as
ate
it
all day.
permits. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways, we are here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today's Female Bosses show is actually going to be dedicated to our next generation of women. I did want to plug them in really quickly because the things that we say on this show, again, we are very much so diverse. We are very much so open to opinions and people's perspectives, but we do try to make a difference, right? That's our purpose. That's our goal. And so today's show will be dedicated to the next generation. And we'll plug that in a little bit later. But before we get there, I definitely wanted to go ahead and start us out with our opening question, and which is, what is nature versus nurture? My bro AR, he is in the building, so I'm gonna plug him in real quick. He sent me a post, okay, and this post showed a woman bearing a child, and then it also showed the man holding on to that woman, but it showed the child within the man's brain, right? And so I want to plug that in because it really alludes to, nature versus nurture. And as women, as bosses, we have so many layers, right? We're multifaceted. I feel like when you hear boss, some people may be intimidated by that, right? When it comes to, women and, our rights and all of those things. But ultimately, it comes down to nature versus nurture when it comes to the gender equality and all of those different discussions that we've been having lately in the media. But this post specifically resonated with me because when it comes to children specifically, right, we always have these gender norms or these things that we try to plug in. But specifically here, it goes to, you know, the next generation of children, right? How do we carry our children? A lot of women, you know, we bring children into this world. We are, you know, the entryway, the gateway. So we have a lot more feelings, right? So it goes more into that nurturing aspect. Versus for a man, this image, right, it shows a man holding that child within his brain. So he thinks more than he does feel, right? Essentially, men lead with their brains. So I want to hear from you all and your perspectives in regards to, you know, this topic in specific, you know, especially for my fellas. I am going to plug them in the beginning because we're going to boot them out in a minute. But how do we feel, ladies, in regards to the nature versus nurture topic? You know, do you feel like, you know, is that something that can be generalized or genderalized, right? Or is that something that just is a natural feeling? What do you think? I'm going to start with you, Johnny, because, you know, mommy of the year over here, okay? Listen, people don't understand the definition of sacrifice, especially when it comes to their children. So I want to ask you first.
Yeah, it's like I was just having this conversation on the phone in the car before I walked in. It's like I was talking about my BD. Mm-hmm. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
So and I'm like, I'm with my baby 24/7. I'm the one that I'm taking her everywhere she need to go. I'm taking her to the bus stop, you know what I'm saying, to all her health appointments. I'm helping her with her schoolwork, you know what I'm saying? And if you providing and all that, but I'm really here. So, like, I'm really, like, nurturing her.
Yeah.
But by nature, you are, like, the protector, the provider, you know? So that's definitely the difference, and that's what I go through in the everyday world with the nature versus nurture type of thing. So I don't really know. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. That was good. I appreciate that.
Right.
Thank you.
That's what I got for that nature versus nurture.
Okay, nature versus nurture. Okay. All right, what about you, Queen?
Nature versus nurture. I believe, like, nature, we want to give that love automatically. Mm-hmm. And it comes to us naturally. But when you're nurturing something, sometimes it can go bad, and it could also go very well. It just depends on the overall aspect that you see in life. I don't have children, so
that's okay. You don't have to have children to understand the concept.
Just
I think
I feel naturally, I'm a healer. Naturally, I like to help people and make sure that they feel good too. But some people can take it as nurturing, and you can nurture something that you can't undo.
You nurture by nature.
there you go.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick?
Yes.
So
What's up?
let me ask you this. So, because I just want to make sure I get a clear understanding.
Yeah, I don't think I have a clear understanding.
Yeah, because I fully don't. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so is it saying this is two attributes of a woman? Or is it a verse?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Are you picking one or the other?
So we're talking about the concept of in this specific image that I saw, right? The post where a male carries the child in his brain, essentially, versus a woman who carries it in her feelings or through her, you know, she's the entryway, she's the portal. So it's that more, you know, nurturing aspect of it. So in regards to, you know, this, especially from you, bro, how do you feel in regards to, you know, especially with that concept, you know, a man carrying that child within his mind instead of not necessarily being as, you know, attentive, like Johnny said, you know what I mean, where a woman has that child 24/7 versus a man going out and, you know, protecting and providing?
Okay. With that question, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna answer it. Would you rather be, let's say we're in battle, would you rather be inside around the fortress, or would you rather be outside on the battlefield?
Would I?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation, but of course I would rather be inside the home, you know, inside the protective fort, right?
Okay. So the man, he's going out and he's in the battlefield. She's in the fort. So that I just see, I really more see of a balance.
Okay, there we go.
So but I want to make sure I'm thinking of it right. So like
I feel like I'm you're gonna say what I'm saying. I feel like it's I guess both is needed in a way.
Yes.
Because one nurture and nature,
Right,
it's
right.
not you can't overpower each other, because sometimes too much nurture can leave stuff out on the nature side, and I guess vice versa. So I would say both is needed. It's not a versus thing. It should be an equal balance.
That's important. That's important. Okay. All right. I like the way that this conversation is going. Okay. I'm here for it. So with that being said, right, we already started out with saying that today's show, we will be really talking about, you know, how can we help the next generation? And so when it comes to, you know, correcting people, right, a lot of times we see difficulties in relationships when it comes to the combativeness of correcting someone, right? If you don't know how to check someone, or if you don't know how to correct someone, because check may not even be the word, right? How do you correct someone? So as the now transitioning into the older generation, right? We're millennials, but like we're getting up there, y'all. Like we're having concerts, like we like throwing stuff back.
That's
so
funny.
as that next generation, right? How do we speak life into these young ladies? Because there's so many social media videos, y'all, and I'm so tired of seeing these little sexy red babies. Okay. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of seeing these videos with these kids in pre-K singing sexy red, but not their ABCs. So how do we change the narrative, right? How do we change what is going on, and how do we transition that? Even if you don't have children, right? Do you, you know, become a life coach? Do you give back to the community in that way? In which ways can we try to change and shift the narrative for what we feel like, and we define ourselves as female bosses, right? What does that look like to you? And then how do you push that on to the next generation so they can make that change?
I personally, I believe it's the way that you speak to someone when you first approach it, and then it's also your verbiage. Like you said, I understand, I hear you. It starts with hearing someone. You know, when you have a conversation, because you're in a, not only say argument, but disagreement, or you're just having a conversation, they may be wrong. I hear you, but the truth is, or I have to correct you on something before you continue. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that goes with everyone. You have to listen to understand, not to respond. That's one thing I definitely do tell people, especially younger people, you know, because people listen to just have something ready to say back. And that's also easy way to help you tell somebody you're wrong.
Okay. Yes. Yes. All right, Johnny, what you think?
I think first it starts off with in leadership. We have to show them better than we could tell them, because that's basically what's going on right now. Anything that's trending, anything that they see in, this is what they're learning, this is what they're picking up. So we have to lead by example, the older generation. So if they don't see it, they can't visualize it to what they really want to be and what they're going to do. They don't really have nobody to look up to. Like earlier you mentioned mentorship. Like that's definitely a great way to start off. Mentorship, or like women advisories, or networking with other women, you know, or just looking to other people to see what they're doing, or different like different roles that they play in their community, you know, just latching on to some of those type of things. But it definitely starts with you know, leading by example and giving that example and being a real example to the younger generation that's coming up, and the people, even your peers, everybody's watching. So if you could make them see it, then they can believe it, and then they can achieve it.
Hey, believe it,
yes,
achieve it.
I love
Okay, because
that.
we're taking
Come
it
on
back. Miche, what
Yes.
advice can we give to our younger sisters?
Well, I think I definitely agree with Johnny. What I was going to say to start off with is start off by forming connections. You need to connect with the people that you want to reach out to, because at the end of the day, they want to. Not everybody is going to receive something that just because you're saying it. I feel like if they gravitate towards your energy, and like she says, leading by example, that'll make people want to be like, okay, I know that she sets a good example for me. I know that we have a good connection. I'm going to want to hear her out. I'm going to want to be around her. I want the energy is going to feed off. Whatever you put out, that's what is people are going to feed off of that. So if you got that connection and people see that you are what you preach, I definitely think that's just gonna motivate others to be that are around you to do the exact same thing. So, like she said, lead by example, forming connections, and just being that upstanding person. So whoever's behind you will have some good things like, oh well, this was taught to me, and they actually listen, actually comprehended what you were saying because they trust your judgment. So yeah.
Can I ask you a question real quick before you go deep?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Because before we even get there, I was about to come over there to you real quick. But really quickly, I want to plug in the Fusion phone because I feel like there's going to be some people out there that want to contribute to this conversation.
Boom.
And if they do, I definitely want them to give us a call. So go ahead, hotline us, okay? 404-448-1072. Again, that's 404-448-1072, okay? Go ahead and give us a call if you want to add into this conversation, okay? But go ahead. I'm going to swing it over to my bro real quick because I was going to come to you anyway, but go ahead. What's up?
All right, can I get that question again, but just for context, not for me to answer it.
Okay, for context, the question is, how do we speak life into our next generation and how do we correct one another in a way that we can make that change and difference?
Perfect. So I love everybody's answers. So with that being said, I want to ask y'all this. How do you guys feel of what the other, or should I say the older generation did for y'all? Did they fail y'all?
I don't think so.
You gonna answer a question with a question
before you go deep, then he gonna go
because
this
you guys
and then go deep.
Y'all had great answers though. Y'all had such great answers, but it makes me wonder.
I personally don't think so.
Yeah.
If anything, looking now that I'm older and understand a lot more, I appreciate the discipline, the standards, the morals that my upbringing has taught me to know right from wrong, to know
having that discernment,
always at least try to lead the right way. I feel like these younger parents aren't giving that type of lessons like our older generation did, and it's leaving too much room for them to be on their own and think on their own, and it's never in the right way, I guess you could say.
It was a certain type of wisdom that they gave.
Yeah,
and I picked up on some of that, but I did also feel like I lacked a little bit because, like, I'm the older sister. You know, I didn't always have somebody else to, like, really, like, focus on and look up to that was kind of closer in my age. You know, you want to have somebody kind of a little bit older that you kind of could grab some things from, but I didn't have that. So, you know, I did what I could do, and my sisters learned from my rights and my wrongs.
There you go. That's it right there. Yeah. That's important because not a lot of people understand, like, there's different dynamics that go into people and, like, their pathways and their understandings and even what they can give back, right? Like, when you do find your gift or when you do find your purpose, I feel like you're able to give back in a certain way. But with that being said, different backgrounds are, like, they affect people in different ways, right? So, like, just like in a relationship, when you're in a relationship, if you have two parents that were married, you probably know what a successful relationship looks like. So you know upfront what it takes to get there. Other people probably struggle a little bit because they have those toxic traits that they've held on to or that they even have to unlearn. So with that being said, I feel like a lot of times when we don't have sisters, right, it seems like for me specifically, and let me not speak for all, but for me, it's a little bit more difficult for me to make connections, right, with other women. So in your own right, do y'all feel like you have to, you know, in order to be a boss, right, a female boss at that, do you have to initially know how to make those connections? And then how do you correct, you know, that the thought process, right? Like I said, I didn't have sisters, so I grew up around boys. So all of my friends are guys, right? I kick it. I talk to my guys. I got to talk to my guys. But I have female friends, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult to uphold those relationships for multiple reasons, right? But why do y'all think that is?
Maybe you are wrong by some females, and I think that the only way for you to come out of that is to be able to really have somebody, one solid female that you can trust and that you know you can trust, and you go through some things with or by yourself, and they was there, you know, for you. you'll be able to see that you could trust somebody like that. Like
You say that energy
you gotta
gonna
do
feed
some
off.
work though. You gotta like kind of let your guard down a little bit and allow the love if you really feel that. You know.
I second that because I grew up like you with mainly men in my family. So it was hard for me to have a relationship with other women because I clicked well with guys because I understood. But I always had one female friend that was like to my core. And even to this day, because, you know, you got to know when you have to separate yourself and grow, right? I prayed for the sisterhood that I have now with my friends. And I have taken the action and intention with my relationship because I want to have that type of person in my life. You know, I always wanted it, that relationship. So I'm like, what can I do on my end to help me with that? And so that's what's helped me.
That's awesome.
I put in the work too. You know,
It's not no right or wrong way to do it. Get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody come from different backgrounds, like you said.
That's awesome. Michelle, what you think? You like Michelle? Like, girl.
Ditto. Like I said, that energy is gonna feed off. You surround yourself by positive people that will make you want to do, make you want to succeed, make you want to be better, make you want to be positive. You're gonna feed off that. Anything less than that is gonna always rub you the wrong way.
So here it sounds like quality versus quantity, right?
Period.
You don't
Yes.
have to have
I don't like a lot of friends
girlfriends,
personally.
right? As long as it sounds like everybody has at least one. I have a one, right? I have sisters, right? And I'm even going to talk about my sister today, y'all, because I am so proud of her. But we all, like, I have a few, but it's not a lot. Like, it's not like I'm able to, like, go into a room full of women and be like, yes, like, you know what I mean? Unless that room is that energy. A lot of times, like, some rooms are a little catty. Like, so you have to feed off of the energy, essentially, like you said. And I think it's important, something that you said when you prayed for your circle, right? For me, like, prayer is essential, especially when it comes to changing your environment and your circumstances, right? We have generational curses, I feel like, that have followed a lot of us, right? That we're trying to unlearn, a lot of trauma that we're trying to unlearn and fix. So prayer works, right? And I definitely want to say that. And, you know, speaking of prayers, okay, y'all, Sierra has this prayer that everybody...
Shout out to Sierra, man.
Sierra,
because it
really
worked.
quick.
Because it worked.
Can we get an amen?
Amen.
Listen, but it was what she and I want to plug that in really quickly because I feel like a lot of times in the media we don't pay attention to the things that are said, right? For example, Taraji P. Henson has been in the
That's
media
my
lately,
girl.
okay? And with Taraji, her story is so important, but people are only paying attention to the catty part of it when it comes to women pinning women against each other, right? They're trying to pin Oprah Winfrey and Taraji P. Henson against one another. But the original message that Taraji was trying to put out essentially had to do with how much she was being paid. She was talking about her own value. And if talking about your own value offends someone, how, again, do we correct one another or communicate our issues with one another if we can't get past that point, right? So the media has shifted all of these different stories into, and it takes away from its original purpose. And so I want to get your specific opinion in regards to the media and how it portrays women in general.
Honestly,
She put a lot on that sandwich.
she
didn't
put it laid it on me.
She
It's
put
juicy.
a lot on that sandwich and put it
It's
right in front of
juicy.
you.
And you know what? I'm looking at it like,
Damn.
how I'm gonna break you
Come
down.
on now. Yes, it's all right. We got a knife and a fork back there if you need one, okay?
The way that women are viewed in the media, I feel like we're becoming more respected, you know, but at the same time, it's like we still working 10 times harder for it at the same instances. Now, when it comes to Taraji, I'm glad her voice is being heard. Okay, one way to help that be accomplished sooner than later is for us to support when they first say it.
Come on now.
You know, and not
First,
wait for
say it.
the second
I
time
know
to come
Oprah
around.
ain't paying.
Oh,
What? You out here, you get a car, I should get my money.
Okay.
What
I
you
should
mean?
get what? You should get
My
what?
money.
Okay.
And if I
Like if
offended
I
you,
can say something out
that
there,
means I'm right.
like if I can say so, first of all, that is facts. You tapping into some acting, again, Johnny, fantastic acting. I feel like these two would be great actors.
Okay.
Here's the
Talk to
thing,
me.
like
Yes.
the thing with Oprah and Taraji, it's all about age. And here's the thing that it's not a secret. So you know what I mean. We can be mature when we say this. Most women, I want to be careful. Most women have a issue with aging. It's difficult, and it's not their fault. We put so much pressure on how they look. You know what I mean? Lena Horne was one of the first people to just say, "Hey, I can't do what they do. I'm gonna bow out." You know what I mean? Gracefully, but that doesn't happen too much. We don't have a passing of the torch. Women don't be able to do that. They have to compete until somebody can say you're not worth it anymore. And that's unfortunate. Like, because when you're acting, there's certain roles that just fit an age. You know what I mean? Like when you're 29, 28, you ain't playing single mom roles or married roles. You know, you try to stay away and play roles that make sense. So I do see Taraji moving at a beautiful pace, and I feel like it's difficult because the payments should rise as she's moving. The way it gets fishy at is when you get somebody like Oprah Winfrey. If you're not aware of your age, you may not be aware of the blessings you got to hand out. So it's like if a young guy's going at me, I can always see myself in a young guy because I understand that I'm getting older. I'm no longer 24. So if a 24-year-old rile up at me, I'm going to be like, first of all, you got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand what you're going through.
Right.
You going through that uncertainty. Like, you don't know what tomorrow's going to be. I don't did this shit for so long. I kind of got, hey, bro, you know money finna be slow, so I'm going to stop spending. You know what I mean? Like, once we get to this age, them 30 to 35, we kind of get in our primes because we know how it goes. Like, we know when it get cold. We know when it get hot. But I feel like if you're older, you're going to understand when it's time for you to pass back, when it's time for you to let things slide, when it's time for you to help out somebody that gonna need that door to be open. But I think that comes when you embrace the blessing of getting older. So that's what I heard when I heard that topic.
That's what. Cause let's really quick. Don't even step away from the mic, right? Don't even come on back over here because I wanna dig into that a little bit more.
Okay.
From an aspect of correctiveness,
Yes.
especially from you, right? You're talking about age, right? You're older than me.
Yes.
People don't know that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
You don't know that. No, I'm just kidding. So you're older than me, right?
Yes.
I'm your little sister. So from a big brother standpoint, right? And we're talking about female bosses. I'm a boss, but
You are.
also as a boss, I feel like we also have to know how to be corrected.
Okay.
So coming from a place of correction, how do you correct women in your life, especially when they are in positions of, you know, really feeling themselves and, you know, really knowing who they are? How do you, as a man, you know, how do you take that? Do you take that responsibility? And then if you do, how do you go about doing so?
I work with a lot of women. I if everybody's telling me I work with a
The
lot
patience
of women,
this man has.
you know. And then to be respectful, fellas, be respectful, bro. You can't treat these beautiful women like they only there to make you either look good or feel like something can happen. No, you got to treat them with respect, you know, and I try my best to be. You're going to fail. I fail a lot of times. I went home like, motherfucker, damn, why you do that? But, you know, one thing about most men, we make one mistake, then we make 100 more. But we only gonna, you know what I mean? We only gonna pay attention to the first one. We ain't realizing it. Damn, bro, you should have just gave it time. You fucked up. Right. Give it a moment. We like, no, we're gonna talk about this now.
Yeah.
Now we in fucked up Ville. You know, when fuck up, keep fucking up, keep fucking up. You know what I mean? Right. So we make one big mistake, then we just kind of keep falling down. So what I'm learning is just make that one mistake. And then just go, okay, cool, bam. I can't control it. So if I drop the ball, I gotta say I dropped it. I can't try to next play I'm gonna go hard because then I'm acting out of emotion.
Right.
No, I gotta step away. Period. Why did you drop it? You feel what I'm saying? So that helped me. As far as correcting women, you can't correct a woman. You have to be intentional. That's what I learned in my marriage. I have to be
knows.
intentional. Because if I'm intentional, that means that I'm not really correcting her. I'm just reminding her about the plan.
Reminding her about it. Because we came up with a plan. So you got to have a plan, though.
And you have to know the plan.
Just a reminder.
So
And
if
I
I do
know.
something different,
What a
if
easy
I
way
do
to
something
say it.
different, even you going to be like, but you remember what we doing.
Right. We can hold each other accountable.
You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So if you're intentional, now if you feel what I'm saying? If you're not intentional and you're out of place and you're trying to make her be perfect for you, that shit don't make sense.
Yeah.
So I try my best to be intentional. Am I always right? No.
Okay.
How I come across is majority wrong. But my intentions always remain. It is always the same. So that's what I think have helped me be accomplished. I cannot do shit right. I might argue with one of y'all niggas tonight. It may happen.
We're going to be all right. It's going to be
But
all right.
yeah, just make the one mistake. Sorry, go ahead.
There we go. Okay. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask Kid to come to the mic because he has a very unique way of correcting people, period. So, Kid, I want you to tell us how you would go about correcting your sisters.
How would you? How would you? We want to know.
You thought that shit was cool.
Dun, 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 dun.
You thought you was right.
You want me to ask it again?
Let me ask
Are
you a
you
question.
trying to say you thought I was feeling you?
That's a munch. You a munch.
It really felt like that's what you was going. Let's see. Do me one favor, Flex, and stop chewing by the mic. No, I did that for an example. That's how I correct my woman.
He gets on my nerves.
Wow.
That's how he gonna do
Don't
it
even
so
realize
sarcastically.
it. You don't even realize he
I
checked
just
you.
did it.
Like telling you wrong.
Whoa. What? She just checked me?
Now you just check me.
Oh, but okay. So, I mean, I know, okay. I always will know, being that when we're both together, we become equal, right? So there's certain ways I can't correct my lady, and there's certain ways I can. I would never do it in person harsh, but I do speak harsh, not in person.
I hate that.
Say it again.
It sounded abusive,
I hate
didn't it?
that.
It
Like,
sounded really abusive, didn't it? Let's go ahead and
like
rephrase
when
it.
you in my face and you got something to say, you need to say it right then and there.
Let's just rephrase it.
Don't wait.
Don't wait till you leave. As soon as you leave me, then you texting me. Like, say it with
No,
your chest,
actually,
nigga.
I want to.
Right there. We were right there.
Have you ever seen Tyler Perry?
Because I'm not going to believe
Which
you if
one?
you just text me. I'm going to ignore it.
Well, I'm only gonna give y'all AR's favorite part. So in Tyler Perry, there's a part where
I
There's
want
a-
to know why
I'm for
AR
real.
keep going to
What?
hide to eat.
What is it?
okay, I think it's
Send
Blair,
him a big
Blair
old plate.
Underwood. Is it Blair Underwood? Is his name? Dark dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a part where he takes his wife out and to eat, right? And they're not even out to eat. They're like a party, and then she does something, and he just grabs her so smoothly and says, "When I get you home,"
Oh,
she said, "Why don't you just do it in front of everybody?"
is this I can
Show
do
us
by
the man
myself?
you
Because
really
I know what you're talking about.
This is on
Hey,
Just
you know
got
what?
dark, boy.
I can't say that man in real life because he did that so
You
well.
know what?
Okay?
Exactly. And he did it too well.
did it too
You know
well.
what? He gonna be like Charles. He gonna be in that bubble.
Okay.
Blowing them bubbles. You play with me, you gonna be blowing
Can we
bubbles.
forgive him yet? No.
No.
Never.
Okay. Play with me, you gonna be blowing bubbles. You tripping. You doing too much. That is.
Christina.
See now
Christina's gone.
okay.
So the type of men that
Don't
y'all
play with
date,
me.
y'all don't like that?
What?
I thought y'all like thugs.
A thug. He could
Ain't
be
that
a
how
thug
thugs
in the
check
streets,
people?
but he better be sweet to me.
Okay.
Listen, you know who Nipsey Hussle was to Lauren London?
He was a gangster.
No,
but,
no.
but who he
It-
was,
it-
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a
fits that
gang
part.
banging crip.
Go ahead.
Let me
him
say,
know.
every thug
Nope.
you gonna see me
No.
with is probably in that bed with this.
No,
With
wait,
this mouth.
Cut it up.
Tell me I love you.
Cut
Yeah,
it up.
Like, be a
they
teddy bear with me.
they
For
really-
that
yeah.
person.
You
Stop playing
guys.
with me.
And if you try, I'm gonna knock you all the way down and let you know that you ain't
Blue
what you
Squad
think
in the
you
building.
is.
What's up?
But I love
Y'all.
you.
Where's did the phone ring? I don't think the phone rang. It's all right. Y'all, don't forget, I put the number in my chat. Did y'all put it in your chat? call in, y'all, if you want to add in a topic or whatever. But really quickly, we're talking about, so speaking of plugging people in, I'm serious. I do want to get into acting. I think I will be good at it, okay?
I definitely want to do some more acting.
I think I could do it, okay? But I've heard that the pay isn't that well. So I want to hear, how do you feel in regards to this topic with Taraji and the pay aspect? Because that was her main thing was, she wasn't paid what she was worth. So, is there a certain strategy that is used? You know what I mean? I'm really trying to get the details here. Like, how do I get the bang for my buck? The most bang for my buck here.
Honestly, there's no real way to say to do it because everyone has their own path to it, but when you are in Hollywood, I'm working my way there. You know what I mean? But you have to know your worth and when to take something and when not to take something because you know that you will get it if you just hold out as well. But my experiences have been well. So
Okay. Because thank you. Okay. So
it's not as bad as people think, but then also you do have to be strategic with how you go about life at the same time. Cause it is until you're like the A-listers, or even like B, C lower, it's like you can be consistent and still get the bag, but it's a different way you have to work around it. Today it's a lot easier, than what it was for them back in when they got started. Because I believe also the way that Hollywood was structured in acting world, they essentially kind of gave you crumbs for the work, the beautiful work that you
Speak
delivered.
on it.
And now we're acknowledging that y'all are making billions and billions of dollars off of my work, and I'm not getting anything just from that initial step into the world. So it's like you have to say your price.
It's like
Don't
the
take
thing
less.
is now they know that you probably could do it on your own and still get paid and get money off of it on your own because we have our own platforms now. And it's easier for people to see, even though we don't have their platform.
Yeah.
But you could still take what you have to offer elsewhere. You don't have to do it with them. So they got to match that.
Yeah.
Facts.
And one of the things she said was, it's being said that, we don't or she was saying she didn't transition well overseas is one of the comments that she made.
Okay.
So with that being said, that's someone else telling her value and whether or not she transitions. Now, someone that did transition well overseas was Chris Brown. Right. So he's going on tour now, y'all. I'm really ready. I'm going to Chris Brown's concert.
I hope that you
got
do.
CB.
No, I hope that you really support Christopher Brown.
Here he goes.
I hope that you do.
Is there something that
What's
we
wrong
need
with
to?
Chris?
What
What's
is she
wrong?
going to be supporting?
Come on now.
What's wrong with CB?
Exactly.
You guys proceed.
When your man
On the floor.
if he ain't,
Let me know.
let me see him.
Wait. Flex.
What?
I didn't want to interrupt you. Were you finished though? Because I did have one more question.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you
I
go
got
ahead.
distracted with Chris. Sorry, but yes. So Chris Brown recently, he said that he transitioned. He loves overseas specifically because he feels like he gets more love there. So when it comes to that, like contractually, is that something that you have a manager for? Is that something that you do on your own? How do we get our younger generation to even get interested in this field? How do they do that?
Well, first, those are two different artists, and
I
they
know.
represent two
Yeah.
different things. So to transition into another, world overseas, they'll receive you more. But
In which realm?
in which industry you are in.
Okay.
And I think music, you're more accepted than film because sometimes I run across some stuff, the translations, and I'd be like, no, I ain't gonna watch it. Just because it doesn't translate to me well,
Yeah.
and I'm that person.
Yeah.
So, but it's also what you do accept in your role because a manager will help you navigate that as well. And also how you can deliver that role. I can watch something with no volume and be totally fine in it. Yeah.
You appreciate
You have
art.
a big
One more time.
imagination.
Yes.
My last one.
Yes.
Promise you. All right, I need you to do me a favor. All right, and I need a POV. All right, I need your point of view on this. All right. All right. So, you podcast at New Radio, right? You're there, you doing your thing, and it's coming to an end. I don't know about this. I don't know anything about this. I don't know how it ends or whatever happens. As you're getting to that end, how do you transition? Like, what is the transition that you are even thinking at that point?
So, wow, kid, really?
Oh yes,
Really?
He did it.
yes.
Wow. Okay. So,
While leaving New Radio, I got to start there first, and let's just say it's 5 more days left. What are your thoughts?
my thoughts were, this is the time. And I appreciate where I've come. I appreciate my people, of always my family, but I know I need to pour into me, and I'm ready. And those were the last couple of days. But my family. But I gotta step in to my own 2 feet, a little bit more into me. And that's when I actually kind of decided what I wanted. It came that moment where you decide what you want instead of what you've been doing, in the process. So I kind of went back and forth, like, do I still want to do a podcast? I do. But right now, my heart is being called to my actual destination. So I'm going to go. But there's love forever.
And what was the next, what was the next thing that let you know you was in the right direction?
The next thing that happened?
Yes.
The way I felt inside, that's what happened. When I started going to my classes more, I started, diving into cultivating my craft. That's what happened, and getting booked.
And what was your first book?
Period. And getting booked. I started doing YouTube. I definitely did start doing that more. And I was with Jamal the Creative. I started with him. Yes. And I've learned so much because that was like in the levels of me growing, I got booked for Broken Seeds. It's a series. It's a spinoff from a movie. And I was like, okay, I like where this is going. Because not only did from that, it just kept flowing. I'll just say. It just kept flowing in the direction because then I booked my BET, her movie after that. And I was just like, this is
where I'm
space.
supposed to be.
Yeah, this is my space. Yeah. And I'm just ready to dive deeper.
Hey, y'all, that was some bars.
Listen, this is gonna be great.
I like that.
This is gonna be great.
My bad. I just want to interrupt you.
You're good.
You can finish.
Perfectly fine, kid. Look, you can finish now. Are you sure? He's gonna be back for more. It's fine, guys. We already know.
I will be back.
But with that, right? We talked today a little bit about our next generation. So I really want to plug in really quickly my sister. Shout out to my little sister. So she's a traveling nurse right now. So she just went to California, y'all. And this is her first time being this far away from home. And she's making it work. So I wanted to plug her in. And I bought us these matching shirts.
Oh, what does it say?
So it says, me and my sister have matching smart mouths and hands to back it up.
I know that's right.
So we are very much so sassy. So she is my stepsister. But we grew up
Our family
together.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my sister. So I wanted to shout her out because, there are different transitions that come with, leaving home. And you talked a little bit about family. And, the pressures that really come with, putting your family on your shoulders. So I kind of want to delve into that a little bit more and, talk about, that aspect of it. You did say, you had siblings as well. So similar. So if you can or if you want to elaborate a little bit more on that, Shout out to the fam bam. I love my sister so much. But, you know, how important are those bonds, and how important is it, you know, in the work that you do as well to support with the support?
Man, those bonds are so important to me. So important. And family should be an important bond that you have in general. My babies, let me tell y'all. Okay, so it's like I'm the oldest on my father's side, and it's 5 of us.
Oh, yes.
And on my mom's side, I am the middle child. You know what I'm saying?
You're the oldest.
I'm the oldest girl. Okay, you know, and we do it different. But the bonds that I have with my siblings mean the world, because I get to show them a different aspect of life, right? Because we all go our separate ways, even though we grow up together. Right. We have that relationship. I have a younger sister. And y'all, I wanted a sister for so long because I got brothers and brothers. So I am like a tomboy growing up. I'm like chilling, wrestling, yeah, all of that, playing ball. But when I got my sister, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, now I can have someone to bond with even more.
Tea parties.
We don't have that though.
No,
we're 12 years apart. 12 years apart and in different states, but that's my girl.
Right.
So she knows that my older sister loves me. Right. Because I love her so much and she loves me too. But what I do, I know it matters to all of them. All of my siblings, my brothers, and my sister, they support me so much as I support them. They've told me that I've shown that it's ways to do it. To have that chip on your shoulder is kind of big.
I'm telling you.
Like, you really have people looking up to you. Yeah. But it's like, maybe I can help them from what I wasn't given. And they go their own way, you know, but you see, and we can talk, and I have that bond with you for you to see a different way. You know?
Leading by example.
That's
exactly.
They pick up what they need from that.
Same thing. Our kids are very much so absorbent, right? And so it's very important of who you have around them. But there's no one that taught me more than my siblings, because you're around them 24/7, right? That's who you learn from. You know, you probably act just like them, and that's why you clash heads. The same thing with your parents. So with that being said, Michelle, I know you have sibling. Right?
I have 2
See,
brothers.
there we go. Siblings. You're in the household with the guys too. So how was that for you? You know, as the only female in the household, how close is that bond?
It ain't. You know, I think me and my brothers, we love each other. If anything go down, it's 10 toes. But I feel like because we were always in our own separate worlds, we don't have that bond, that connection like I do see other brothers and sisters have. Like, we just don't go hang out and stuff like that. But I feel like we just all in our own different worlds. But I don't think we don't know that we don't love each other. Do I wish that me and my brothers had a closer relationship? I do, because like I said, I've seen so many other families like have such a strong, like, they like, I'm gonna go hang out with my brothers. I'm gonna go to my brother and my sister's house. Like, it's not none of that. So I wish. And then I do have, never mind.
What? You want to talk? I know. I want to know now. It's like that. What is it?
I have siblings on my dad's side, but from really, really deep reasons, unfortunately, I can't associate myself with them. So, and in a way, it's a little hurtful, but it is what it is. So, but I do commend people who have really good relationships with their family. I love to see it, but for me, it's not my reality. But I do love my brothers. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, you don't play about them though.
Not at all.
At all.
Can't step to them. Can't look that way. Don't think you gonna look up with me, be my friend with. Nah, we ain't doing none of that.
None of that.
None of that. Ain't your friend. Ain't helping. Now.
Do you think that, you know, the relationships that you have with your family, when it comes to the things that you look for in a partner, right? Do you think that that is important? Do you think that that's something that you can cultivate on your own? Because a lot of people now, like within our generations, it's important to have those family roots and like understanding where you come from. But like people are for real, like, listen, your family is who acts like family. Like we're cutting people off. So when it comes to that, do you feel like we have a difficulty with relationships if we don't have a good relationship with our parents? Or what are your perspectives on that? Anybody?
I think it's more a respect thing. I feel like we're gonna always have differences with our parents. We're not gonna see eye to eye all the time. But at the end of the day, if I see that you still have some type of respect for your parents, I think I can deal with that. But if you don't have any type of respect for your family, I just don't see how we would work, because I love my family. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're not going to see eye to eye all the time. We might, fight and tussle a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's like a no. It's a no. So it's just, I think it's just more of a respect thing. Yeah. Because even with me, I've had situations where, Lord knows, I should have beat the drawers on my mama, but oh no, I just can't see that because seriously. And I tell her, when we're at that point where we can talk about our differences now, because at first it wasn't one of those things, and I'm grateful for that now. But it was just like I really should not even be calling my mom right now after the things the past with it. But I have so much, I still try to have that respect for her as my mother, even though it's a lot of stuff. I just be like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Off first.
I was never
because the draws
completely
the draws off.
I told her that one time. I said, girl, I'm gonna put my hands on you today. No, but it's like I said, we're getting to that point where we have old conversations about, and those hard conversations about where we went wrong, because we don't realize how much a parent does for us. Yes. We're only looking at it as the love side, but I feel like for them, they're only looking at it as the provider side, and sometimes they lack that love. So it's just a disconnect from both ends that tends to make us clash within each other. Yeah. But I feel like once you get to that point where you can have those open conversations respectfully, y'all will get a lot further, and to the point where she hears you, you hear them, they hear you, to have a better understanding of who you are. Because as you grow, you're going to want to be you're going to want to have that respect too. Gain that respect too. So for me, it's a big respect thing, even though you may not see eye to eye.
Absolutely. That's important. Nah. What about you, Johnny?
So what's the question again?
Absolutely. So
that's the thing on this show.
Okay, look, ask the question again. That's how you know. We'll go deep. I'm telling you. So in regards to your family, right, and how you deal with them, with your relationships as well, and how they deal with their family, like, does that play a part in how you pick your partner?
Now, if you date Blueface,
okay, come on, Krishan. What you got going on? We gonna talk
I
about
could
child
not. He
endangerment
disrespected his mama and his whole family
But his mama was on
She
TV
cried
fighting.
too. She cried too.
She was fighting
Black
China mama.
Yeah, that's too much.
Sorry,
and that let me know what you had to look up to. If that's what you have to look up to, like, how far are you gonna go?
Exactly.
Like, and I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
So, for the relationship aspect, if his mom, per se, right, was like, so there's a new movie that came out. Sorry, this is the plug-in really quickly. Tyler Perry just released a new movie with Kelly Rowland featuring. It's really good. She did that shit. If really you haven't seen it, you need to see. I don't even remember the name of the movie right now.
Mia Culpa.
Come on, one more time.
Mia Culpa.
Mia Culpa. Okay, she plays a lawyer. It is a great movie. Check it out. But the mom in this movie is extremely disrespectful to her.
Man, I tell you,
I would have whooped.
That would have been a time.
But
that would have been a time.
But she's extremely disrespectful. So
disrespectful.
How do you react in that situation?
So my thing is,
I'm checking
if
him.
I ever was in that situation, I know that I can't go no further with you because you already can't put your foot down. So I already know where your loyalty lie. I already know how it's going to end for me. And if that's the case, and me and you are supposed to be one, this can't go any further. I wouldn't have been able to deal with it, because ultimately when it's that time, you're going to have to make a decision. And guess what? That decision won't be with me.
Right.
And I know that already. So why would I waste my time?
I would feel like
you
you don't even care about my feelings. Like, my feelings are not valid. Like, I'm not a whole human being.
Stand up.
Okay.
That's
'Cause
your
who?
mama. I am your wife.
Then you brought the wannabe next.
The one.
Wife.
A
Yeah.
caller said they
Who
were
getting
trying to
drugged
call
first?
in and they didn't get an answer.
Oh no.
All right,
Do
we
have
gotta
a
figure
caller
that out.
Fusion. I know on
we
the
gotta
live
see
it was
Marzu.
backwards.
Give us just one
So
second.
it is
Let's see.
404-448-1072. I know this is backwards because we're.
Hey, listen, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. My training didn't go into that. That's that other training.
We don't know what's going on. It's okay. Well, it was supposed to just ring in, but we're gonna figure it out, y'all. We gonna figure
Where
it
the
out.
phone at?
But
I mean, if it come through, I'll figure it out. But
I do want to say this when it comes to that situation, because there were a lot of things that slid in that movie, including the fact that she was taking care of the household and still allow other people to disrespect her. But
That's the one right there.
Was that the point of the movie?
is that the point of the movie?
no, that's not the point of the movie.
You didn't see
That's
it?
not the point.
No, I never seen it. But when
Oh,
I hear
see,
the
he was waiting.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm just. It's because the term mea culpa means of one's fault. You know what I'm saying? So
That's great. Like I said, that was her fault. She should have moved
So
on.
that's what I'm
because
saying. When you
how
said
red
that,
flags.
that's what made
Immediately.
That's what made me
Red
think
flags.
that.
Right. So
You know that kid.
exactly. Exactly. He didn't even see the movie, y'all, for real.
Yeah.
But he
No,
gonna
research.
No,
He
seriously.
gonna know.
Seriously.
Well, I mean, a lot of movies, the title usually bring out what the movie is. Like one of the perfect movies is, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not trying to disrespect this young
Where we going?
woman.
What you talking about?
Where we going?
What you talking about?
Insecure. That is a woman, right?
The show? You talking about the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that show. Yeah, I haven't
Talking
seen
about
The
it.
big jawline. That's a woman.
Issa Rae.
Never watched it, so I don't even know who that
It's
person
a
is.
good show.
He talking about Issa Rae.
I watched all 5 seasons of that.
But
Kid.
not in a bad way. But only reason I'm bringing that up is the show. The name of the title is what this show is about for her.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
is, yeah.
It
insecure
is.
could be perceived in a different,
In a
you know,
whole-
a
yeah,
bunch
in a
of
lot of
different
ways.
terms. Because for me, the meaning of the show wasn't just only insecure. Wasn't just based on her. It was based on everybody that was in the show, all the young adults that were in the show.
Right.
Who were not secure in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't
Different
secure
scenarios.
financially. They
Right.
weren't secure in relationships.
Right.
And they weren't secure with themselves. So I felt like that wasn't just a depiction for her. That was for the whole
Everybody.
show.
Yeah.
That
Right.
should make the ending go even harder.
I mean,
I haven't
That
seen
make
it.
the ending go harder.
I'm so
than that,
sad.
what you
yeah.
said.
I know you're about to do your segue. I don't know if you did it yet because I looked at your list and you haven't touched this topic, and I'm not going there yet.
Okay.
But I do want to ask a question. I want to direct it at one person first, and hopefully it spreads throughout the room. So, I want to know. You guys don't got to answer this for me. You answer this for yourself in your mind. Okay. If you're not biased, you should be able to answer this question. If you're not a super, it's okay to be feminist. But if you're a super feminist, you can't answer this question. Can somebody give me one detrimental trait that independent women face today? Now let's look at the word detrimental. That means self-harm. Can anybody give me one detrimental trait that independent women go through today?
We know you're leading, so we're just going to go ahead and dive into your leading. One detrimental trait that women have is an inability to ask for help, which is a challenge that a lot of people struggle with, not just women. So that's one.
That's beautiful. I'm saying this is healthy.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say being too independent, so
Right.
it's pretty much
Yeah.
the same thing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys don't look at me like I said something mean.
We're waiting.
Well,
It was-
I didn't know where this was gonna go. You
Exactly.
tend to go straight and
We're
then
just waiting. You just said
do
it. It was a good
a whole
answer, and that was it.
curveball.
No, I have no answer.
Okay, that was
No,
it.
I only wanted to know what you guys thought,
Okay.
like about. It didn't have to be about yourself.
Right.
It was about like, okay, like only reason it made me think about this is I had, oh wow, somebody is calling.
Oh, answer it. There we go.
How do you answer it?
That's
the
my
mouse.
boy.
The mouse.
Hi, boy.
That's Marzook. He's actually a grown man.
God.
Hey,
Marzu.
girl, man.
Hello.
Actually, a grown man is crazy.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Oh, it's okay. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. Kid, what were you saying?
No. But it was just I had a friend, and she's a cool chick. She real cool, and she has this thing that is, I'm thick, I'm pretty, but I'm tired of seeing her ass flopping around the internet. So she was like, that's the only trait that I hate about like the women that I see today. So it's not about your trait, it's about what trait do you see?
That was gonna be my first thing. I was like, well, getting like BBLs and
like stuff like that.
That's what I thought you were saying, but she kind of took it more in the, I guess, intellectual way. So
Okay.
I was like, I didn't
Yes,
think maybe
it's
that was a good
It's all
one.
about perception. Hey,
So I was thinking about
where your
that
mind at.
first.
You were thinking about what traits, like physical traits?
Just anything.
Like BBLs.
But you said detrimental.
You said a detriment.
Yeah, just self-harm.
You could die on that table.
You get what I'm saying? Just
You go
self-harm.
through so much pain just to look like something when you could have went to the gym.
But
I
said
want to ask that
detrimental,
question.
though.
Do you
Detrimental to
feel
self.
like women are that insecure to the point where they portray like they're confident enough to do those things?
Do what things?
Like
the
get BBLs and say, oh, I did it because I wanted to, and I'm confident to say that. And that's okay. You can say that, but I don't feel like that comes from a confident place. I still feel like the slick comes from an insecure place. To the point where you say, I got to look like this. I got to be shaped like this to get to where I need to be. And that is not it at all. So I feel like, not saying that it's anything wrong. You do what you want to do. No judgment here. But I feel like that's really trying to cover up your insecurities. Not really portray that you're confident enough to fix your wrongdoings. Women love to say, oh, well, if I feel insecure about it, I'm going to change it. Okay, so you are insecure.
I feel like it's maybe just a lazy thing.
I hear
Okay.
Because you said you could get it in the gym, and that's absolute facts. Like, I work out. Like, that's one of my things. And I know you can have what you put your all into. Right? I mean, it may take a little longer. It's going to take some hard work. Maybe you're going to want to give up. But it's how bad as you want it.
Yeah.
The easy way out is to go have someone help redirect what you can move and diet off yourself. But you don't want to. So you want to take the route to get there and then maintain. But that's okay. If you want to do that.
Yeah.
We are in a generation of instant gratification.
That's what they want. In my opinion, that's how I see it too. It's not, some of it can be an insecure situation though. When someone's like, no, I have to look like this in order to get where I want to be. Or for some people to look at me, at this man, to get this attention. Yeah. But other than that.
I definitely agree with both of you ladies. But you know what I think? Like, it's a lot of medical procedures that people need to... That when they get it, they have to go through certain therapists and see certain psychologists. Like, say for instance, when you're doing the transgender thing, before you get the transition, you have to have see a psychiatrist or a therapist. I feel like when women go through those transitions with like BBLs and gastric bypasses and things of that nature, they definitely need to go through the same process.
Ooh.
They do.
Damn, that's nice.
That mental help just to be able to, cope with and love themselves more and make sure they love themselves enough in that moment before they receive this medical treatment that's going to transform their lives forever. They're going to be receiving attention they never received before. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they got to know how to be able to deal with that and to handle that too. So going into it, sometimes they going into it like they're insecure while they going into it. Then they get a big head because of all the attention that they get.
But they turn around and be insecure again
because they don't know what to do with it.
Right. I
haven't
heard
keep
nobody
on doing it. So they
from a BBL say, turn around and not say, I wish I didn't get this. I have not met, well, I ain't going to say met, but I have not heard anyone say that yet.
I have.
Like, I love my BBL, and it is that everybody who's gotten a BBL or something, they've turned around after a certain amount of period of time, I guess. Once that little peak of it is off, they just like,
what are you placing your
value? That's not going to change them on the inside.
Exactly.
It's only going to change their physical appearance.
So what do you? Exactly. That's why I say it's a cover up.
Self-esteem.
That's why I say it's a cover up.
What are you placing your value on? That's the question here. It seems like in the air because I hear what everybody's saying in regards to, you know, like it could be an insecurity or it could be this or that. But I think it depends on the individual person and what they're basing their value on. And so a lot of times, like you see people that are basing their value off of social media and what people see on the internet. So a lot of people want to look like an Instagram model or a model 24/7 because they have to be photo ready. You see the Kardashians normalizing it. So because that's being normalized, you're seeing a lot of people making those transitions, right? A lot of that also is like a reflection of us, like Black women, y'all. Like, let's be real. Like, our bodies are filled. They're all of these things. Our lips are these things. Mm-hmm. And then you see people like the Kardashians transitioning everything about themselves to reflect us and what our image is. And so a lot of times, like, we then get tricked based off of social media. Like, oh, if I'm a skinny Black girl, then I have to look like the rest of the Black girls, or I get made fun of. I have high schoolers in my house right now, and they go through bullying at school because, you know, if you're not a kid that has a cell phone in the first grade, you're going to get made fun of by other kids. Right.
That's
so
insane.
And it's true. Right. So we're normalizing these things. And so this is why, like, these types of important conversations are so essential, because they're normalizing BBLs, right? They're normalizing, like, a lot of women are like, oh yeah, a man likes it, right? You see all of these actors going after these, or not actors, but athletes, right? Going after these women like the Kardashians to make it look like you're eye candy, right? So they're normalizing these things. And then also porn plays a part in that, right? Because people also put those things into their minds, they're now transitioning their thought processes and what they want to normalize and what's normalized in our community. So we have to start remembering, like, the narratives. Like, it's okay, like you said, to work out, but some people are not going to get triple D's by working out, or, you know what I mean, having the apple figure. That's just not in your genetic makeup, and that's okay. We forget that. Like, if you're not built like that, like, how do we begin to appreciate what we look like ourselves and take the time to really know ourselves and love ourselves instead of comparing ourselves? Like, comparison literally is the thief of joy. They say it all the time, and it is so, so true here.
You like I said, go see a therapist.
See a therapist and block everything out. For real. Mm-hmm. You have to, because especially with the age of how social media is taking over, you know what I mean? And like the things that you can cover up and change videos, and that can make you insecure, but you just comparing your life with somebody else's that you see, blocking out the world and diving into what really makes you happy, what makes you smile and feel good inside. That's how.
And what makes you unique.
Yeah.
Like, be you, be unapologetically you. Like, this is just who I am. I mean, I love who I am.
Accept it.
You know?
Accept it. And that's something I think that is taught, because then a lot of times, like, I know we talked before about, you know, the things that parents say to their kids and like how important it is the people around you to pour into you. So if you see a little kid, like, I know for me at church, right, we have a community, and I also work with foster youth. So we have a community of kids that may not look like other kids, but instead of highlighting like the issues that those kids have, like, have you taken the time to maybe give them a new pair of socks? Have you taken the time to give them a dress? Have you taken the time to say, hey, you know, how do you want your hair? Like, but we it's good to, you know what I mean, look at images, but like, are you even tapping your neighbor and telling them they're beautiful, right? Like, not just swiping up under somebody's comment, like sharing a post from your friends, supporting your friends. Like, we have to start doing it to our neighbors first, right? Before we can even expect it to spread out. Because I feel like when it starts small, it'll spread like wildfire, like all these other things that are being normalized.
I actually do that from time to time. Yeah. I just go in random people DMs and I just give them encouraging words. Because sometimes I just feel like you never know who needs it. You never know who may had a bad day. You never know who just need that. So if I see people like doing their thing, got their businesses going, I love giving encouraging words and be like, just keep going. I hear you. If I heard a song, man, your song was great. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. Because like you said, reach one. Reach one, teach one. Absolutely. Whatever that saying is. But yes, I love to do that. I think that's something that gets me going, that I can be encouraging to somebody. I did that probably like 2 weeks ago. She was just like, man, I really needed to hear that, and I appreciate you. I said, not even on no, because I hate when females, especially when it's tricky with females. They go like, oh, she a fan. She want to be my friend. And it's just like, no, but it's just like, I see how you rocking. I see how you moving. And it's just like, keep going. Don't let nobody stop you. This is what you want to do. This is who you want to be. Be that. Don't be afraid to do. And even like if you want to get a BBL, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but do it for the right reasons.
I
Weigh
do
out your
that
pros
every
and
day,
cons.
all day, like at work, anywhere I go, like in the store, I might see somebody, I'm smiling at them, or if they're frowning, that's just my energy all the time. And to be able to avoid the negative energies that can probably like disrupt mine, I stay in a bubble to protect my own energy so I could walk around with my energy so I can give that off. And people pick up on it all the time. And I'm talking about hands down. I don't have to say
You
a
walk
word.
in the room.
I don't have to
I
do
know about it,
anything.
girl.
My
Talk
energy
about
speak
it.
for itself. And
Talk
it's my
about
energy
it.
speak first. And people love that, and I give that, and I receive it back. And I feel like that's part of what one of my purposes is in this world today, period. So I keep that. I do that every day. That's part of me. That's who I am. I stay encouraging my women. I stay encouraging people, period. Like I say, hey, I see you. That was awesome what you just did. It could have been something so small, like they picked something up off the floor and they didn't have to. Like, that was dope. Like, I really like that, you know, or just anything to see somebody smile. Like, I literally, when I was a kid, I was 9 years old in camp. We walking down the street. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. That's where Yale University is. So we walking around with all these college students and stuff. And I'm walking up to everybody like, put a smile on your face. Make the world a better place. And I did it. I just was like that. That was me. And then I do it so much in the world today. So many other women don't do that, and so many other people don't do that people think that I'm being fake.
Like, what's your agenda?
Crazy.
And only time will
They
tell,
question it.
because they'll know me 10 to 20 years later, and I'm still the same way. I'm
person.
still encouraging.
Yep.
I'm still saying you pretty.
Yep.
I'm still that person.
Yep.
I ain't never switched up. That's
It's your
just who I am.
character. Yeah.
That's crazy. And people are going to question it, but I think you knowing who you are and you being assertive in who you are, it shows and it helps in those situations because you're not insecure. A lot of people, if you're insecure and they come into a room and you're kind of like looking at them or like trying to figure them out, they'll go into their shell or
They'll
they'll
either
get
go
defensive.
into a shell or they'll try to challenge me.
Exactly. They'll get defensive.
Because they are insecure
Exactly.
with themselves. And I have so much discernment that I could pick that up, and I like to reverse energy. So not that I'm going to reverse that, but I'm going to stay on it in such a positive way that all those thoughts that you had, they're not even going to match the same. They're not going to be the same when you leave me. You're going to feel love, and that's what you're going to get, and that's what you're going to feel, and that's just what it's going to be. It's just going to be love, because I'm not going to have it no other way, because, baby, it ain't nothing personal over here. It's just what I do.
Period.
Listen, I got something to say, but she said it all. Okay? I'm being so serious because everything that she said is true. I feel that exact same way. Like, you give the love. And when you feel comfortable and just secure within yourself, nothing can disrupt that, you know?
Yes. Like when I seen you today, I felt it with you.
I said that. I was going to say, I like
we
Johnny.
looked at each
Look,
other and was like,
we here.
hi, girl.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
And
that's
to even check in
love.
with people.
And you checked
Because
in
I
with
checked
me,
in with Johnny
sis.
since we sat down. And it's just because you never know, like you said, how someone's day has been. And you will want somebody to at least check on you. And just have
Much
a
love.
smile on your face and, that energy up.
Yes.
And then when you
Absolutely.
see other women doing the same thing that you do, you just appreciate it so much more. Like, dang, yeah, I knew it was somebody else like me in this world. Yes, we here.
Men find it weird that women, like, when we go out, we really don't even dress for men for real. Like, we dress for like other women to be like, you look so beautiful. And when another woman gives you a
Whoa,
compliment,
whoa.
it's like, oh,
Time out. Can we get one pause? Can we get one pause? I know this is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna speak for some. I'm actually speak for the men, okay? Because we're here. We don't think that. We have never thought that you guys do anything for us, okay?
But yeah,
Wow.
I'm so disappointed in Flex.
when I get a compliment from a female, I just be like, really? Thank you.
It just hits different.
telling-
It's
it
a little bit. It just hits
does.
different.
It's like,
Exactly.
what?
You see me, girl.
Exactly. I see you.
Like
see me,
last
see you.
week, Miche, I was like,
Yes.
Miche.
Yeah.
I do got a little bit of something right here. Y'all finna love this.
Okay.
Y'all finna love this.
I'm scared.
What is it?
I was coming back
So-
to you anyway.
Well, this is really just something that I do. It is an unpopular opinion that I have. And not everyone agrees with this. So I'm gonna throw it you guys' way. So check this out, and you guys just tell me if you agree. And when I break it down, you might agree.
Okay.
So, from my unpopular opinion, I know everybody deals here and there with depression every once in a while, right? I feel and I believe that depression is a form of a lost connection with God.
Yes.
I could agree.
Okay. Elaborate.
Let's elaborate.
There we go.
All right. So I'm finna.
I don't know how he transitioned. That's fine. This is great.
But okay, that's a good question.
This is great.
It's a great
Well,
question.
I mean, yeah, I'm just finna throw some.
Go ahead.
All right. So I just want to give you guys a quick little definition of depression. All right. Check this out. And before I even give you guys a definition, would you guys also agree that the spirit is the really only connection with God, right?
I don't know.
Is it not?
I could agree.
Technically, it's your
Yeah.
connection with God.
I feel
Yeah.
like I want you to finish what you're saying so we can understand. Because I don't want to sit here and agree with you and then they go like, what?
It hasn't
Right,
happened.
right.
He would
He
do
would
that.
do that.
Like,
He would do that.
I don't want to
Right.
agree. I don't know.
That's why you gotta
I don't
just
know.
let-
I don't know.
Listen,
Get it
guys.
all out.
What else you got
Um,
to give?
This is the female boss show number 3. So we're in a safe place.
Okay.
You guys gotta worry about the squirrel. That only happens with regular guests.
Okay.
But okay, so give you guys that, and like I said, the spirit is what we would say that it's a connection to God, right? So check this out. All right. So what depression is the feelings of severe despondency and dejection, right? So when you wonder, what does the word despondency mean?
My eyebrows burrowed.
Ooh.
Not broad.
Now what it means is a state of low spirit caused by low hope and courage. Now, when you put that together, like I just said, low spirit, what does that mean? Depression could be a connection that we lost with God.
Right.
And I only wanted to just throw that out there because I've been looking at it and I've been thinking about it. And I've only been thinking about depression just because I like to study the human condition. So when I think of stuff, I be in it. And I'm sorry, I want to throw it out there. That was just an unpopular opinion.
Listen,
That's a good one.
Listen, that was a popular
question,
opinion.
kinda.
That wasn't unpopular. That was a good one. I'm proud of
Yeah.
y'all. Clap it up for
I
Kid
like
real
that.
quick, because yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Unpopular opinion today
That was a good
on
one.
point.
But you know
Okay.
what? I'm gonna like handle in on that a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
so what if it's situational that happens to you? You necessarily don't lose your connection because he will see you through it. But in that moment, are you really losing that connection with God, or are you just acknowledging in the world what's going on, but you accept it?
Can I answer
And
that?
then you continue
Yes.
to flow and know that it's not gone anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere.
I'm going to say this. I think that God brings us in those dark places and
test it.
isolations so that we can be isolated, so that we can listen and hear him. We need that time and those moments to be by ourselves and in our own thoughts. We need that time to, have that clarity and really say, hey, okay, the flesh is not giving me what I need right now. Who do I go to? The only one.
Yep.
You call on for everything. That's when you take it with the Lord. That's his time and telling you it's time for you to get closer with me. I need your attention.
I could feel that, but I also want to say this when it comes to the connection, because I agree that there has to be a disconnect. There has to be a disconnect with God. So if there's a disconnect with God, then that means that you're missing a piece. So I feel like a lot of times, like if you're consistent with your praying, if you're consistent with your communication with him, that's how you discern the conversation or who it's coming from. He's going to put us in certain predicaments so that we can grow in certain aspects, I believe, as well.
But if you don't
and
get
so
the
if we're
message-
growing in that aspect, then you're yes, he is going to force you to be isolated, but there's a certain lesson that he is trying to get you to understand in that same breath. So for example, and this is just, I've had to be forced to be isolated, right? But I've also latched on to people longer than I was supposed to. And that's a trait that I have. So that's a lesson that I had to learn. But he literally had to intentionally move those people from my life in order for me to learn that lesson. And if I wasn't isolated, or if I didn't have a disconnect with him, I would have trusted in him. I would have trusted that what his word says, which is that everything is going to be okay if I trust in him, if I follow his word, if I follow his path. But I know that struggle is not in vain. In the moment, it doesn't feel like it, but the struggle is not in vain ultimately.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. So I'm saying that he'll keep bringing you into the same situations until you really learn your lesson. When you go into the depression and the isolation, it's really for you not to just know the word and that he's going to be there for you and generalization of all of that, but to hear the specific word that is dedicated to you specifically and you only. What is the one word that word that you need to hear that needs to bring you like fully up out of it to really get to where you need to be living in like your own purpose, your walk with God? Mm-hmm. What are you supposed to be doing specifically to serve him? You know, because we're going to slip and we're going to slip and we're going to slip until we really get the real message he's trying to give to us. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Great points. But also with that, now that I got a deeper understanding of what Kid was saying, we also got to understand that isolation is not always the best thing. And I think now that I can 100% agree, because I feel like he's putting you in that situation to test your faith. I feel like if you trust in him, it wouldn't get to that point of depression and that self-isolation. Because also, if you self-isolate, that can bring in the wrong type of energy that's not of God. So if you're going to isolate yourself, you better be making sure that's what you're seeking.
Still connecting to him, right.
So I would say that's what I'll say on that. Mm-hmm. Just be careful when you're isolating yourself. And I feel like depression will be this because I will feel like I allowed this situation, whatever situation, to bring me down, keep me down to the point where I am doubting, I am second guessing, I'm not in my best. But why? When I know God is going to see me through it, I shouldn't allow myself to get to that point, because I know the God that I serve is never going to let me down. Right. If that's me keeping myself down because I don't have faith in what he can do. So, yeah.
And there are different forms of depression and different levels of depression too, you know, and also of isolations too. So you could isolate yourself and just be isolated, or you could isolate certain things out of your life and be focused on the things that you really need to be focused on and receiving the things that you're really supposed to see too.
Yeah, that was just be careful. And when you are isolating
definitely
yourself,
differences,
know what you're isolating and what your reason is for that isolation, because the enemy can come right in with that isolation and keep, like I said, keep you where you're not supposed to be at.
Whitney, I heard you mention really quickly. I heard you.
Are you gotta get in?
Are you on this topic?
He gotta get in on this topic.
Are you on this topic or are you changing it?
Just a little bit. No. I'm getting on the topic.
Okay, this topic.
Yeah, you
okay,
got that topic job just speaking on.
Thank you so much.
Don't be trying to isolate me.
I just want to make sure.
Don't try to isolate me for that. Don't try to isolate me. Ask the question again. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm not. It wasn't my question. It was kids.
No, yeah. No, I think everybody here said everything perfectly. I believe being depressed being depressed can be bad times. It can be good times. But either way it go, it's almost like a workout with God. So it's like, you know what I mean? When you working out, you understand that you about to really put yourself into some work to come out a better person. So it doesn't matter how it's coming. I agree with them on one end, but then on the other end, like others have said, you can be going through depression because you're kind of growing. You're being stretched a little bit. You're being scratched, as the people in the street say. Scratched.
There's some extra letters
with
in
the
there.
scrub. You're being scratched. So yeah, man. So I'm going to be honest. When I'm like depressed, I feel like I'm like the strongest person in the world at that moment.
Really?
Yeah. I'm one of them people that like, I feel stronger. Like if I'm crying, I finally feel like strong. Like I'm no longer holding something back.
Yeah.
Because if you're holding something heavy, you're like, damn, if a sweat come in my eye, it can distract me and I can drop it. You're, even though you're holding something up, you're at your weakest because you're using all of your strength. So it's like, Sorry. So it's like when I'm at that point, I'm breaking down, the simple things in life don't bother me anymore because something deep inside is just saying something's not right. We checking out. That facade that we built since we started thinking no longer cuts on. So now when you meeting people, you're raw. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Every answer is the most honest answer you can ever be. Because you don't care. Like, it's like some inside me have just did this. So what you call a problem at this moment is like just another hour. It's really like the best time. So yeah, that's that time that God get to communicate with you. Because ever since we start thinking, we start creating a person that we want people to meet. We don't never want anybody to meet the real us. And not like, you know, they ain't gonna like the real us, but just like you're very, very protective of that person you put out. Because once you tell somebody exactly what you thinking, they get to manipulate it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like being depressed is like that. Bro, like when you really depressed, when you like real heartbreak, like y'all, if y'all remember like the shit you actually did
severely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro, like I got stupid drunk and drove home and made it.
Right.
Like, bro, I was like, bro, I was in danger.
Right.
But it was something inside me that just wouldn't care about the little stuff. So it's, you know what I mean? If somebody is depressed out there, there's an upside to it either way, but you got to see it through. If you cheated by putting stuff in the middle, you're never going to heal. You know what I mean? So, you know,
you gotta address it.
You know.
Depression don't always equal isolation, and isolation don't always equal depression either.
Correct.
So we
need
gotta
a
know
minute.
that.
Yeah, we definitely
You might
know
need
the
a minute.
difference.
Yeah, I need a minute.
And
But what I
because you
think
could
of-
be so depressed and be in a room full of people and always be surrounded by people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
But
Well,
like
you
everything,
said, you put the mask, like whatever mask you were saying, you know, you put your mask on or the facade that you want people
for
to
sure.
see. So do you think that has to do with like, and I know insecure can be like a bad term, but do you think that has to do with like an insecurity of people seeing like a certain part of you or not accepting that part of you?
I don't think it's an insecurity because everybody can't handle you. Everybody can't handle what you put out either.
You can be insecure by being confident.
Right. That's
what I was
You
saying
can
about.
yeah.
So that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can be insecure about being secure. Like you can like, you know what I mean? Like faking it is a word that I think we all don't really think about how important it is. Cause we all kind of fake it. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like we fake it. Like, do I feel like telling this nigga this stupid? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do I feel like, you know, so it's, I feel like a confident person can also be insecure about being confident.
Okay.
Can I? Because I'm saying I feel like I'm the most confident, insecure, confident person. But I only say that as I have insecurities.
Right.
But I'm aware of my insecurities. But I don't look at them. I try not to look at them as insecurities. I try to embrace them.
That's called loving yourself.
Yeah, like I just I'm like I try to embrace them. Be like, well,
you love every part of you.
you know,
The good and the
even
bad.
if I don't, I just be like, girl,
It's with me.
I made
You accept it.
Right, I'm not finna go over in my room and cry about it because it is what it is.
And
like,
then to other people, they might think, "Oh, she insecure about that," but baby, you don't know what I'm insecure about. I love me.
Yeah.
you know,
That's the insecurity for you. That's something that you might be insecure about.
But don't
But
project
I
that
love
on
me.
me.
I know who
I
I
wish,
am.
but I wish that's how
Put that on
everybody
me.
is.
Right.
Instead of
Do
just
not
saying,
project
"Oh, I'm
that
not
for them.
insecure," say I'm insecure, but I'm confident with my insecurities. I'm okay with my insecurities, and it's okay to be insecure about it. You're not gonna like everything. There's nobody that's perfect.
Yes.
Even the girls who get in BBL still is going to go get something done. It's not. They're never going to be satisfied. So, yes.
Okay.
She's
Sounds
adorable.
Trash. I'm sorry, y'all. My baby isn't here.
I love her.
I love
We
her
had a whole
energy.
conversation
Talking
about
about
that.
energy, okay, y'all,
Okay.
for real. That is, she changed my life. I ain't even gonna hold you.
She's definitely going to be a
love
very
her.
outgoing.
I said the
She's going to be
run-up
so
that
outgoing.
That happened earlier. Oh my
Girl,
god.
me and her, that's my girl.
Y'all.
We clicked immediately.
She does. She's an energy person.
She
She will not
is.
hug
I
you.
saw her
told Johnny-
smile when she pulled
She
that
sure
through. She's
won't.
like,
I told Johnny like she does not
Ran
go
to me.
towards
I
everybody,
ran
but
to
she
her.
ran directly to her. She
Oh, that
the
is
first time she ever met her,
Johnny
she ran
has that
directly
energy.
to her. She literally ran directly to her. So, but really quick, y'all, we're almost in the final hour, man.
We're in the final.
What you mean in the
I'm
final? We're
finna
in the
leave y'all.
final
In the final
minute.
minutes. That's what I mean. That's what I meant.
Did the
I'm
time
sorry.
go back
I'm sorry.
on?
I'm saying like we're ending basically is what I'm saying. But I want to take a minute really quickly because I know you talked a little bit about your growth journey, and you know the time that you took recently. So before we tap out, can you tell us, you know, what's going on? What are you doing next? What's the move?
What we got to look forward to?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in all seriousness, I have some dope, amazing projects that are in post production. There is a few movies, Curious, that is going to be coming out. Yes,
Check it out.
That's a good one. I did just do another film with a few of other great, amazing stars. Okirike production from Rebel Films. That is called Deadly Attraction. So that will be coming out soon as well. There is something, Venus Effect. That is another movie that I did earlier last year. That will be coming out soon. And I'm getting ready to go do another film.
Period. Film on film.
Girl.
Put me up.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll be like, I know her.
On the game.
And
On the game. And just let you guys know, me and AR
Booked and
got
busy.
put on yesterday. We are either going to be a Blood or a Crip, whichever one comes out first. But we'll figure it out.
This is
What is
great.
You're not gonna make it out the door.
Kid definitely gonna be crip vibes.
That was fun.
We figured that we've done everything in the world except for gang. So.
Kid
Oh my
definitely give me
gosh.
crip vibes.
Can I ask a question real
No,
quick?
you're not allowed to ask any more questions.
Yes,
on
please.
this episode. No.
Please. It'll
Go
be my
ahead,
last
kid.
question.
End the Female Boss episode with your question.
All right, I got one question for you because we didn't even ask this, and it's me. It's my bad. I feel like everybody we should ask this. I should ask this because I'm not on the internet.
Okay.
And I was sent multiple videos of you and a group of people. Who are these group of people? I don't know them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
One guy I do kind of know.
Okay.
It's the dark guy. I think you already mentioned him. You did.
I hope you post this picture.
No, it's a video she did with
the video.
with the dark guy.
Jamal, the creative.
Okay. There
Yes,
we go.
that's his
Okay.
last. The last part of the name on the thing
The
is
creative.
the creative. Yeah, I like him. All right.
He's dope.
What is the question?
Right.
Well, I haven't asked the question yet.
I didn't even say nothing. That was me, Shay.
Spit it out.
All right.
What?
He done
All
went
right.
over to somebody else. Not even here. I like
Well-
him. Can you relay that message?
Well, my question is: are you guys a group? Are y'all like a what do you call it? A content group?
People she collabing with.
I would say, no, it's not necessarily a group. We're very dope individual creators, but we do come together to create and collab and to share art.
And can you name all these people for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you see the videos that I do make online, you'll see I collab with Jamal the Creative, National Mellow. Let me just say that.
Waiting for one.
Chase.
Say her name.
Chase. I also collab with Amina and Nessie and a few others.
Like, what's my girl name? Lakes.
Lakes.
Jerica. What is her name?
Oh, I know.
Tell her.
Who is it?
Tell her it's gonna be me.
Yes, no. Her name, she goes by Tiny as Jerica. I don't want to mess up her.
Listen,
IG,
I understand. Okay, we're
but
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna add it in there
Yeah,
later.
it's
It's all right,
beef.
but we know who it is.
It's good.
I'm gonna let y'all eat that.
Oh,
It's good. beef.
That was my last question.
Okay.
said they ain't got nothing to do with me. All right, y'all. Well, that's the end of it. We appreciate you so much for coming out. We thank you for
Absolutely.
coming on
Thank
our
you for
Female Bosses
having
episodes.
me.
Ladies, we did it.
We did.
We're out.
Oh, you just walk away like.
Oh, yeah, that's it. What you
like
want
it
to
was
say?
a bad relationship.
All right. What I was supposed to say?
You were like, yeah, all right, well.
All right, we